Tourism Concern decided to launch its WET campaign, which stands for Water Equity in Tourism, because so many of the places that we like to go on holiday are facing increasing challenges around water scarcity. Lots of local people living in these tourism destinations lack sufficient access to water and sanitation. Meanwhile, tourism is a massive consumer of water resources. Swimming pools, just the sheer scale and number of the hotels and resorts and golf courses and other associated leisure activities. A lot of people in these tourism destinations are poor, which also hinders their access or ability to secure water. So water scarcity is a big issue in these destinations, but water scarcity doesn't just mean a physical lack of water. Water scarcity is about it's about poverty, it's about lack of infrastructure, it's about poor governance, poor management of water resources, and also poorly regulated development of tourism, which means in the case of water it's being allowed to develop at a rate that means it's consuming more water than is really available to go around. And this is being done to the detriment of local people in many cases. Our research has shown that in some destinations, tourism's consumption of water is depleting groundwater tables, and this happens, it causes the water to become saline, or dirty and undrinkable. Many hotels, for example in Goa, are disposing of their sewage and waste by pumping it straight out into waterways or out into the sea, which again affects local people's health as well as their drinking water. And the industry is often given preferential access to water, so while the tourism industry will have water on tap 24 hours a day, local people will only have maybe a standpipe that comes on for a couple of hours a day. So Tourism Concern's WET campaign, in terms of how we're addressing the issue, encompasses a whole range of activities and actions. We're starting with research because it's really important that we understand this issue better. It's very complex, particularly in the tourism destination, involving lots of government agencies, local communities themselves, the tourism industry, stakeholders. So research is the first step. We've actually brought together a unique steering group of experts from other NGOs, campaigning organisations that specialise in water issues, from the tourism industry itself, as well as academia, some academics who are specifically looking at similar kinds of issues, and they're helping us to really analyse and understand our findings. We're also partnering with local organisations in tourism destinations who have undertaken the research to do follow-up advocacy work with them so that they can identify what the key issues are and start building up a strategy to encourage their governments to address them within the destination. So that's in Zanzibar, in Goa and the Gambia. Our research findings are going to feed into a campaign report that will be out early next year. But we're also developing some water saving tips for tourists so that they can get involved and just easy steps that they can take to reduce their water consumption while they're on holiday. But vitally, what we really need is for people to support our campaign. There'll be campaign actions that we're developing later on in the programme, so next year in 2012, to support the report. But at the moment, we always need the public support in terms of our campaigning, our awareness raising. They're becoming a member of Tourism Concern, supporting with donations, signing up to our campaign action network so you can keep up to date with all the news and events. All that is very much needed from anyone who can find the time to support us.